Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And we're in for it now, folks. Today's subject is Ascension. Are you ready? And I have with me a collective called the Galactic Council of Light. And this whole conception of what the process of ascension is and what you are actually doing to help raise your vibration. This is really important that you understand there are actual steps to changing the state of your body, the state of your mind, the state of your environment by the quality of your thoughts, emotions, which direct your actions. And all human behavior is a result of thoughts and emotions combined, which organize behavior. This is very simple. Now, to get ready for ascension must be a consciously chosen activity. You must consciously choose that you want to raise your vibration from fear and uncertainty, guilt and shame. You must decide. You must decide consciously. It will not happen. Nothing is going to come along and lift you up magically and mystically. You are a sentient divine being, and you are capable and able of raising your own vibration. There are others that can do it as well, but they should only be operating from the perspective of inspiring you to take that action yourself. There are several fundamental, simple things that we will discuss today about raising your vibration. Very exciting, isn't it? Wow. So, are you ready? Are you ready for ascension? I've been ready for ascension for about 2 years, and I've been working actively on it. And every day it gets better and better and better and better because of conscious choices, conscious thoughts, conscious actions. Not the unconscious ones, not hoping something out there is going to fix me or repair me or make me better, but because who I am is deliberately evolving through mind and matter. I'm deliberately evolving mind and matter, and all of us need to do this. Yes. They want to stress that it's very important that you consider the different levels and layers of your physical realm, your astral realm, and your spiritual realm. Those are the three that we will concern ourselves with today. And the first thing we want to discuss is your biological realm, your physical realm, your body. Your body is a very simple mechanism. It is not highly complex. It is very simple and easy to understand. When it is hungry, it needs to eat. When it is tired, it needs to sleep. Very simple. When it is afraid, it needs your comfort. It's very simple. Your body, it is not who you are. Many of you make the mistake of thinking, I am this body. That is not who you are. You've become so dependent on your body, you've forgotten your own divinity. How can that be? That you can get so lost in matter that you've forgotten who you are. In order to remember, you must improve and increase the quality of your body to the best that you can, given the conditions and circumstances you find yourself in wherever you are on this planet. Whatever your circumstances, there's always a way you can make an improvement in what you do with that body, how you treat that body. Most of you treat your animals, your private, personal little animals, better than you treat your own body. Unfortunately, most of you treat your bodies the way you treat the larger animals, the ones that you manufacture, the ones that you use and consume. Many of you treat your bodies like that, abuse it and misuse it and mistreat it. If you saw somebody kicking a dog or a cat down the street, would you deem that okay? But many of you do that to your body every day with the food you put in your body, the drink you put in your body, the drugs you put in your body. You treat your body like it's a beast of no value, and yet you need it to exist in this dimension. So we suggest to you to consider ways in which you can improve the way in which you treat your body. It is a separate living organism. This physical mechanism that we express through at this moment is a mechanism that we are using. It is not who we are, but we must use the vehicle with care and consideration. As must all of you. There's not one animal in the animal kingdom that deliberately or intentionally abuses itself. There is not one. Not one in your animal kingdom on this dimension. You humans are the only ones that treat your animal thusly. This must stop. And so you begin by giving it good water, Do you give this body good water? Do you give that body play? You take your dogs out for walks every day. Do you take your body out for a walk every day? Do you keep it fit and alive and vital? Do you do this? You are meant to do this with your food. You're meant to do this with water. Do you play in nature? Do you connect to the wonderful divine beings of the Davic kingdoms that are all around you, these beautiful living organisms that delight in being in harmony with all other things, including you? But you still see yourself as separate from them. These trees and these plants and the grasses, the waters, you still think you're separate from them. And this oversight on your part is resulting in many unfortunate effects that are now coming to the forefront of your societies. So please understand, you must begin to treat your physical body with the same love and regard you would treat your child. But even then, there are many of you that have no regard for your own bodies and therefore have no regard for even your own children the way they need it. Many of you force feed your children things that are not good for them. You force them to sit in front of mechanisms that take their mind and turn it into something other than what it was actually designed to be by that soul. So first you raise the vibration of this form by altering and changing what you place in it, to know that what you put in this temple is worthy of the God that is within this temple. Would you offer God your shit, or would you offer your God your love? Which do you do? When you go to eat, are you eating as if you are feeding the very God that is giving you life? Saying, here, Lord, be pleased in this. Do you do this? Not many of you. But consider, this is the first step, that in your body and in your love and kindness and compassion, in treating your body with the regard of a God, you will find great change happen in your body. And not only in your body, but you'll find great change happening in your thoughts. You'll find great change happening in how you feel in that body. Most of your aches and your pains are effects of neglect, whether it is the effects of neglect from yourself or your progenitors, those whom you followed, who you inherited their bad habits off through that communication system called your genetic system. You know that? That your genetics is a communication system. It is how you pass information from one to the next. That has to be corrected also. But start with the body. Proper water, proper nourishment, proper activity. Get it out into the world of nature. Allow that body to reconnect with its natural element. Your body is a physical organism. Its natural element is nature. The trees and the grasses and the water and the air. Do you do this? Many of you live in these big cities, which are hard to maintain, very difficult to maintain, not as easy as nature itself maintains itself. So we encourage you to begin to be mindful of that physical form, for it is on loan to you. It is a gift to you. It opened itself up to receive you so that you could evolve through this realm of matter in a way that will allow you to rise above this realm of matter consciously and deliberately so that you may be free of matter. But until you understand how to love, you will remain in the conditions of fear. So in your body, be love. Place love in this body. The nurturing water, the nurturing food that you place in that form, is it love? Are your hamburgers, that baked and cooked meat, an expression of love? It did not come from love. It came from suffering. That hamburger, that steak, that bacon did not come from love. It came from suffering, the suffering of another. And so you put that suffering into your body and you expect your body to be more vibrant and healthy. It is no wonder so many of you are unhealthy, because you're putting suffering in your body. You will not find joy from suffering. You will find joy from joy. So begin to place into that body, the vital living things that offer themselves up for you freely, the fruits and the vegetables that grow freely, and say, here, we will fall to the ground for you to eat. Here, we offer ourselves to you. There's no animal in the kingdom of animals that delightfully offers itself up to you and says, here, eat me, take me from my environment, put me in cages and make me suffer. There is no animal in your material world that will want this, nor would you. And so you find yourself physically the prisoner because you are physically imprisoning other organisms. Raise the vibration of your body. Raise the vibration. This is the beginning of ascension, to restore vitality to the body, to restore your vitality. Your vitality, the vitality of who you are. Not the vitality of who you think you are supposed to be, or who they told you to be, or what you've read you think you might want to be. Who you are, to restore yourself to your temple. In order to come into the house that is clean, you must clean the house. Nobody likes to go into a dirty house. So clean your temple, honor it. There is a God within your body. It is beating your heart, digesting your food and circulating your blood deliciously. And so raise that up. Begin this ascension process with your body. It likes to play. Did you know your body likes to play? All animals like to play. Take it out and play. Jump and run and play. Let your body play again. Restore the vitality. Restore the frequency. And now we come to mind, this process called mind, this process of thought, of thinking, which directly affects and influences what you call energy and matter. Your thoughts can organize energy in very precise and specific ways. And what are your thoughts? Your thoughts are, I love my life. I delight in being here. I have so much to offer this world. What are your thoughts? And from where did they come? From where did they come? Did you choose all of your thoughts in your mind? Did you choose all of your thoughts in your mind? We hope you did. But many of you have not. We would hope that you do. You have choice now. You cannot hear these words and not have choice. You cannot hear these words and not have choice anymore and say, well, I did not know that I could choose my own thoughts. I did not know I could think happy. I did not know I could think about what I want to be in this world. You cannot make that ignorant choice anymore once you hear these words. You may choose your thoughts. Even if one is insistent, you may say, no, I do not wish to listen to you. That thought that my mother taught me, that thought that my father taught me, that thought that my teacher taught me does not please me. It makes me feel bad. Or those thoughts my friends gave me, or the thoughts that the television gave me, or the thoughts that the energy beings around me gave me of a lower vibration, they are not your thoughts. You choose your thoughts. Choose your thoughts consciously, deliciously, delightfully. Make your thoughts a vibrational frequency for your mind that will harmonize with your body and bring them into alignment so that you learn to play with your thoughts. Thoughts that are delightful, thoughts that are fun, thoughts that are exciting. Give your mind a relief and a joy and a bliss and liberate your energy. It liberates your energy in the most simple ways. The thought even of a smile, that I can smile, and just by the nature of my thinking of smiling, and my body now smiles, and my body is now smiling, and I feel good. And now my thought has created a new vibration in my body, and I now have a new vibration in my mind. So who am I? Who am I that chose this thought? You must choose your thoughts very carefully, mindfully, and deliberately. In every moment, there is no exception. You cannot have a good thought one moment and a bad thought the next and expect to move ahead. You cannot. It's one, you're just back and forth. You must choose one good thought, another good thought, another good thought, and another. And as you do that, you begin to work in a different level of creation, because now you are consciously choosing your thoughts. You're no longer leaving it to the responsibility of your parents or your teachers or your television or your friends. You are now choosing to create the thinking mind that will serve you best. You get to choose to create the thinking mind that will serve you best. And is that not best? Of course. Thinking that tomorrow will be a terrible day is not a good thinking idea. It will not please your body to tell it that you think it's going to be a bad day tomorrow, for your body will be in fear of that. You must understand that thought and matter work very closely together. And you that chooses to orchestrate thought, that chooses to orchestrate what you do with that body, this you is the one that is ascending. The vehicles merely afford you the opportunity to be aware of what quality of energy you are ascending to or descending to. If you are descending, then you are suffering, you are in fear, you're uncertain. If you are ascending, you are in curiosity, you're in excitement, you are in play, you are in joy. And you get to choose, shall I descend or should I ascend? You understand? You have this choice. And once you begin making your choices, choosing your thoughts, treating your body with respect and love and regard, then a new world begins to come into your experience of being in this world. You create a new world within your world. And there are many of you that are in this process of ascension deliberately, but there are many more that are not, and many more that are beginning to enter into that process that need those of you that are in the process consciously to invite them in, to share with them your changes, your evolution, your growth, your inspiration, so that they may be inspired, because this world has not inspired as many as it could. For you have cast away the lessons of nature and you've substituted it for the lessons of suffering. And this is not sufficient enough. So to be ready for ascension is to be ready to choose, to be mindful, to be present, to be willing to relinquish your suffering and restore your joy, your love, your playfulness, your curiosity. Are you ready? Are you ready for ascension? We are. We are here to guide. We are here to assist. We are here to offer up ideas and information that, like a good spread of food on a table, you may choose from or not choose from. But no, until you have this place where you can choose, where you know, I do not have to focus on this painful, suffering emotion in my being. I don't have to focus on suffering. I do not have to anymore. You have this choice. When you are able to choose consciously what you will place in that temple, the temple will change. You will be surprised, but you are so used to your suffering, it's hard to make that choice. So we suggest that you start making the choice now. For some of you, it is a good time. For others, it will take a little longer. But you must choose. Now, who are you? This I that chooses the thoughts, this I that examines the form and says, oh, this body is not very well right now. I need to put into it. I need to give this body what will make it well. What will make it well? And that I that chooses, that I that can be aware of what this body really needs, this I that can be aware of the thoughts that are in its head, this I that you are, that is an extension of infinite love, that came here to delight in the creation of process, to delight in that you create. You create a quality of life with the nature of what you are being. And you be in the illusion that you are just a body, and you will experience one level of creation. And you may be in the illusion that you are just a collection of thoughts attached to a name. But this is not true, but you may believe that, and you will live accordingly. But this I that you are is so delicious, so infinitely exquisite, loved dearly, in love, eternally. To know this is to be ascended. To know this, that you are what you are. When you know this, you have ascended. And then what will you bring to this earth? What will you offer to this earth when you know that you are love? When your nature, your being is of love, not of fear, not of body, not of mind, but of love. That you are of love. And if you know this, how will you think? And how you will do will be very different than what you have done. That which you are is love. And it is a vibration. It is a vibration. It is a quality of energy that you may deliberately, with your awareness, become conscious of this vibration of love. In this world, many of you are struggling. Where is the love in this world? There is war, there is poverty, there is suffering, there is disease. That is not love, that is fear. Love has no fear. And when you restore love to your house, you will restore love to this world. And many of you wonder, when will God, or when will the divine beings, when will they all come and fix this problem that we have created? We are here to assist and guide, but you are more than capable of recreating your reality to be in the image and likeness of that which is love, if you so choose. It is underway now. This process of ascension is happening for many. Millions upon millions are in this process of ascension, of awakening from this old realm of creating fear into the realm of love as the creator source of all expressions. And for some of you, this may seem like just words and gibberish, for you have to experience what we say to know it. And to some degree, many of you are, and to some degree, many of you are not. Well, he's judging us for eating these foods, judging us for what we drink and what we eat. No, not at all. Merely pointing out to you that if you put sand in the gasoline tank of a car, it will not run. If you unplug the plug from an appliance, it will not run. There are certain fundamental things that you must understand. If you're not plugged into love, you will only experience fear. Fear will not save you. You're running around to this and that and hoping that will save you and rescue you. That is not how you will find your liberation. That which you are is liberation. Becoming and being what you are, restoring yourself to who you are as this extension of infinite love. This step, this awareness of love, it is not something you will find in this world but temporarily, but you will find it within yourself eternally. Please understand this. You will find love temporarily in this world, but you will find it eternally in who you are as a being. Raising your vibration is a deliberate and intentional choice, but you must also align body, thought, and emotion to the vibration of what you are. You are love. This is what you are. It is not something that you are not. It's what you are. You came in as love. You have forgotten, in some cases, that you are. And now it is time to return to love. And you return to love deliberately, mindfully, consciously. It will not happen by itself. You will not wake up tomorrow and suddenly love will be there. You must choose to become that which you seek, which is love. And for some of you, the road will be a little more difficult than others, but we will encourage you to remember that your thoughts are not who you are. That body is not who you are. But both of these things, both thought and matter, are under your care. They are under your care now. Take care of what you will think, what you will eat, what you will drink. Are you ready for ascension? There are so many of us here with you. So many of us here with you seeking to liberate you from the lie that you keep yourself attached to, and you tell yourself every day, I am this, I am that. Be mindful of what you tell yourself you are. We're simply here to offer information, inspiration, ideation that you may choose or reject, and each will have its own result, its own reward. But we highly encourage you to realign yourself to the understanding that that body is an instrument. That body is an instrument, like an instrument in a symphony that can be tuned one way or tuned another. Tune your body into a frequency of love so that what you came here to articulate to this world can be done so with less resistance. A body with love and care as its governor makes a good house. Please understand this. A mind that is filled with inspiration and possibility and excitement makes a good creative environment. And you will create very differently from the vibrational energies of love than you will from the vibrational energies of fear. And we simply came here to ask you that question: are you ready for ascension? It is our understanding that each and every one of you is ready. Each and every one of you is ready. As the runners on the line of a race are all ready, and they may choose to go at any time. You do not have to wait for the gun to go off to run the race. You may choose right now. Choose right now. Choose to start awakening yourself, moving from fear to love. Be mindful of how you teach this body, what you think in this body, what you give this body, what you do with that body. Be mindful that it is an expression of love, that what you put into it is an expression of love, not fear. Remember what we said earlier, that many of you consume things that come and are born from suffering. Stop doing this. Do not put things that are born of suffering into that body. Put things that are born of life and vitality and joy into that body. Yes. I'm just asking now, what about emotion? Because they haven't really covered emotion. They're saying it's not necessary to cover the concept of emotion, because as you learn to manifest the way your thoughts will articulate themselves and the way you will treat your body, the process of emotional energy spontaneously goes through a change from what you call fear to love. Your emotional energy begins to move spontaneously when the body is being restored and the mind is being cleansed and cleared of negativity. Then the energy that naturally begins to come into the form and emanate from it becomes that frequency of love. And know that it is the frequency of energy, whether it is fear or love, that is organizing your conditions in this world, both on the level of the individual and on the level of your entire collective. Right? This is the truth. That it is the dominant emotional energy on the level of the individual and the collective that is orchestrating all of your experiences in this world. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Wow. Let's get into some questions. Good morning, everybody, and welcome once again to Shortcuts for Your Soul. I had a really one of my patrons asked a wonderful question. I'm just going to paraphrase the answer. The question about she wanted to know what her the name of her higher self said, and I don't want to give you that information, but I do want to say this. The response of her higher self was really fascinating to me. It was really exciting. They said, the purpose in a name, and I'm paraphrasing, the purpose in a name is to help with the vibrational alignment of your body, your mind, and who you are, to bring them all into alignment so that you can bring them up to a higher vibrational alignment. And I thought that was really cool, that the name that we use, the physical name that we have, is important vibrationally, which is why you hear a lot of people. My daughter's changed her name twice, and now I understand why. That these younger people, the younger generation is attuned to vibration far more than we are. My generation is, but they can feel what a word feels like. We all can. In truth, we all can. but younger people are becoming more sensitive. So we're seeing kids that are far more emotionally, energetically sensitive. That's normal. Very fascinating. But I want to thank my patron for that question. It was really great, and it was very, very uplifting. I understand now why I changed my name. Okay, here we go. Question from Julia: is there anything else I can do to help send love or healing to others that I am not already doing? They're saying you can only be doing what you are doing. If you were asking this question, we would simply suggest to you that you obviously know there is something more that you can do. You may increase or decrease the intensity of a particular quality that you would wish to extend to this world. The vibration of love does not have a limit. The vibration of joy does not have a limit. The vibration of peace does not have a limit. You may extend those, increase those, and amplify those to any degree you wish. And to that degree in which you do that, to that degree you shall see change in your world. And you will experience this in your body, you'll experience this in your mind, and you will see it in your world. You are all anyway. Thank you, Julia. Great question. Question from Shane. I would love a message at this time. Thank you. They're telling me he already got it. You were already given your message. Thank you. Wow, I'm just scrolling down questions. Question from Tanya. Can my body be scanned and see what it is lacking? I stopped eating red meat and pork and chicken is the last to go. I do not drink water all the time. Thanks. Can we do this, guys? Yeah, they're saying just a second. They're going to scan you just right now. Just hang on. Yeah, water intake's important. The watery vegetables would be really good for you right now. Celeries, lettuce, cucumber. These would be very good for you to be consuming in larger quantities. But do not ignore the need for salt in that body. There is a specific need that you have for salt in that body, which is why you are transitioning so slowly. It's important you understand the value of salt for that body and in proper measure. But these, what you call the watery vegetables, the celeries, the cucumbers, the leafy vegetables, these are things that you may take in greater measure. It will make your transition easier. For you, these will be like meat is. But you must have them in sufficient quantities as well. Wow. Thank you, Tanya. Question from Kelly. How is my vibration? I'm getting a big smile from them right now. They're saying, stop holding on to that. What are you referring to? She holds on to this thing 6 years ago. They're saying 6 years ago something happened that you're still holding on to. Let that go. Let your energy free from that. Let your energy free from that. Wow. Whatever that is. Cool. Let us know what that is, Kelly. Thank you. I'm drawn to this statement from Ruth. It says, I am super sad to be online with my cousin's funeral and then cry alone yesterday. You must understand that your definition of what life is not limited to biology. Your cousin is not lost. Merely the mechanism through which they communicate to you no longer exists, but they are not lost to you. You may simply take a slow, steady, and deep breath in this moment and remember their vibration and how they feel to you, and you will feel their presence. Just because you lose that physical form does not mean that you cease to exist. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean it cannot be driven. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, tune into them, Ruth. That's what they're basically saying. Tune into them. Thank you so much. Yeah, and he's fine. He is really fine. Scrolling down here. Question from Bethany. Any message for me? Yes, as you have heard. Question from Nancy. Can you tell me who my own spirit guides are so I can contact them? Thank you. They're saying you don't need to get in contact with them. You are already in communion with them. You keep hearing those funny pops and cracks unexpectedly around your home. They're very specific about pops and cracks that you hear around your home. This is who we are. This is our way of getting through to you. There is a process of listening and feeling that you can cultivate to know us directly, consciously, and not simply as these events around you that get your attention for a few moments. Question from Vertical Connection. What is the name of my spirit guide, please? They like the way you said that, the word please. Wow. This is a very large, I'll say, it presents to me energetically as a very large, like literally as like a stone being, like a stone giant. Very solid, very strong, very masculine. The closest I can get from my mind about what this energy, it's very similar to one of the characters from the Fantastic Four series of movies, but dark gray and larger than that one that but much larger, like dark gray and much larger. Name? What is your name? Saying my name is not important at this time. There's shell. If you go and go out and find a piece of shale, natural shale. Find a piece of natural shale by a river or a stream, and just sit quietly and hold that shale in your hand, and ask for him to present himself to you and his name. He'll give that to you. But it is for you to know this, not for others. The value and importance of understanding the sacredness of names and who you know and who you do not know is very important to understand. Your relationship with this one is very personal and private and needs to be honored. The energies that you two will communicate and translate into expression can only come from the sacredness of the relationship. So you will know this name. I like that. That's great. Thank you. Question from Janine. I want to leave my marriage. I'm so unhappy and alone. I can't change it. I can't change this person. Will I be okay if I leave my marriage to pursue my dreams? I'm doing a lot to improve myself. They're laughing with great joy that you recognize. You're beginning to recognize. You're making a choice now between the value of living in love and the value of living in fear. Why would you ever think that the pursuit of your dreams? Why would you ever think that the pursuit of your dreams would not be of greater joy and value to you? This other one, he lives in his pain and he lives in his suffering, and it is very difficult for him to release it. He does not understand. If he finds understanding, this could change. But he must release his anger and his doubt and his sadness and stop blaming you for them. And you must pursue your joy if he is unwilling to do so himself. Wow. Thank you so much. Question from Jana. Is there a belief in my auric field that I'm not very much aware of? Was this recent stomach upset an upgrade? Thank you. No, they're saying your stomach upset was the awareness that there's some things in your life that you need to change. There's something in your life you're having a problem assimilating. No. The center there, this energy center there, is trying to come up, is trying to turn on. There you have resistance. You have resistance to this. The next time this sensation appears, and we can assure you that it will, when the sensation appears, we encourage you to use your breath to integrate the non-physical component of that energy. The body's a little uncertain of what its meaning is. When you bring that energy in, the form will upgrade, but there is resistance in the body to this. And that is understandable. Many of you have difficulty surrendering your bad habits because your body is so used to them. This is understandable. If your body is used to being in suffering, why would it want to be in something else? It is used to it. But you do not need this. Use the awareness of the energy that is stimulated in that center of the body to breathe that energy in, to breathe the energy in, to allow the energy to organize the form of the matter, not the other way around. Do not use the body, but the energy. It is the energy seeking to organize the conditions of your matter. Wow. Question from Blaine. Which word has the highest resonance? Source, spirit, or God? All three. All three words, when properly felt and articulated consciously. When we say consciously, we mean very, very specifically that you are mindful of the highest energy of those words, what that energy is that invokes that word. Because you invoke the word as awareness, you invoke the word God, Spirit, Source. Ultimately, it all comes from the same place, but you may use different words to articulate different degrees and intensity of this, but you may also use the same words to articulate the same thing. The choice is yours. In a creative element like this world, you have choice. But you may use either of these mindfully, deliberately. God, Source, Spirit. These words can be imbued with qualities of being. And this is what you do when you speak a word or you think a word. If you're doing so consciously, you can deliberately bring a quality of energy into the word as equally as you can remove the quality of energy from a word. Remember this. It is not the word that gives effect. It is the consciousness behind the word that gives it its effect. Well, thank you, Blaine. Got time for 2 more questions. Okay. Question from Bethany. My friend is having a mental breakdown and she left and we don't know where she is. Is she at where she is at and if she's okay? She won't answer the phone. Is she okay? The very first thing you must consider here is the nature of your question would seem to be an energy that would exacerbate her condition, not to reduce it. The fear and angst that you and your friends have about this one does not serve the liberation from this one's suffering. That is like, oh my God, are you okay? Does not liberate that one from suffering. Do you understand? It is, we love our friend, we cherish her, we send her love, we send her light, we send her upliftment and inspiration. We connect with her in the deliciousness of our love, and we cherish this relationship. Does that not seem much more effective than, oh my God, what is happening to our friend? Does that not seem much more effective? We cherish and love this one wherever she is. We extend our love and our compassion. We include her in our love. She is part of our love. Is that not much more attractive to you? Would that not pull your friend closer? Fear will always repel, and love will always attract. Fear will always repel, and love will always attract. And you find this parents worrying about their children, people worrying about each other and expecting the other person to feel good. You will not make somebody feel good if you are worrying about them. You will make someone feel good when you are extending love to them, extending compassion, extending faith, extending hope, extending the best of your light to them, whether they are in your presence or not. You are extending love. It will attract. fear will repel. So your young ones that are seeking to know what love is, and you have fear in your mind about the world, and you have fear in your mind about money, and you have fear in your mind about things, and you expect your children to be happy. They will not be happy until you understand how love creates and fear destroys. Then you would be more inclined to incline your children and yourself to focus on avenues of love. Money is a wonderful and beautiful instrument that I can learn to use more effectively. My body is an instrument of divinity. I put things in it that enlighten and inspire it. These things will inspire and enlighten. But these we must learn. Ascension. Are you ready? You are all ready, but you must choose now. One more question. The marketing and push for the vaccine feels stronger. I turn away, but it's pervasive. Any message. You must understand that the God within you, which you are an extension of, is a far greater inoculation to any fear. The God that is within you is far greater than any inoculation you can get to fear. Love is the inoculation to fear. Love is the inoculation to fear. And it is those who fear that bring their fear upon them, and those that do not, that do not. This is a very concerning issue for many, this fear. And yet your fear, you already know, repels. You will chase your life away with your fear. You will invite your life with your love. We know this. You know this. All of you know this. This is not about a thing. It's about a quality of being. Are you being love, or are you being fear? Are you being love, or are you being fear? Do you entrain your body into a vibration of love or fear? Do you entrain your thoughts into ideations of love or fear? This is your choice. And we can only articulate to you what we know. And the only way you will know that what we articulate is true is by your application of it, so that it becomes your knowing and not simply the language and information and vibration that we communicate, although they all have their own value. And each of you will receive them in your own way, according to your nature, according to your vibration. But you may choose love and you may choose fear on all levels. Those of you that find yourself in a diseased body, well, you've been putting disease in your body. You've been putting suffering in your body, many of you, putting in suffering in your body when you eat these other creatures that have suffered, that you may put their suffering in your body. Does that make any sense? This is maddening to us. We laugh. It is silly. It is like we would choose to eat our fingers off in order that we could hold something. That makes no sense. Does it? Anyway, we understand this, and you shall. I want to thank the Galactic Council of Light for coming in today. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate this. And for the answers and responses to questions. And I want to thank all of you guys for showing up today. Also, if you want to learn a little bit more about becoming a medium, what channeling is, please go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out our mediumship courses, and just check out what you can learn. Everybody on this planet, we are not alone, not just physically. There are other dimensional beings that you cannot hear with your ears or see with your physical eyes, but they are available. You can learn to see them with your non-physical eyes, which is clairvoyance, your non-physical ears, which are clairaudience, your non-physical senses, clairsentience, your innate knowing, claircognizance. You can develop those non-physical faculties and begin to tune into other dimensional beings that are present and here on many frequencies to guide and assist us, just as we're here to guide and assist each other in this physical dimension. Anyway, I invite you to go take the course and classes. Also, if you want to support this work, please go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. And please, you can support this work with a small monthly donation through Patreon. Really appreciate that. Also, next time you come live, if you want to prioritize your question, please use the super chat feature in the chat box. There's a chat panel, a little dollar sign. You can use that super chat feature, and you can get your question prioritized. Questions that get super chatted, I get their attention right away. I can answer those questions immediately. Anyway, I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your focus, your presence, your attention, and again, much love to all of you. Have a wonderful and joyful day. I'm just giggling because they're excited about what's unfolding. And I will see all of you guys on Wednesday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. For those of you that are new, we do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays called Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we bring different multidimensional beings and groups and individuals through to articulate qualities, ideas, and information and energy on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Saturday, the week culminates in a meditation where these multidimensional beings, the Ascended Masters and others come through, and they literally do a meditation. And we offer you the opportunity to align yourself more to the frequency of who you are as a being, independent of thought and matter. In fact, you get a chance to move into the position where you are aware that you are awareness directing thought and matter, no longer subjective to them. They are subjective to you. They're meant to serve you, not subjugate you. Matter is meant to serve you, not subjugate you. Right? Much love, everybody. Have a wonderful and a joyful day. And please remember to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Remember, also click the little bell beside the subscribe so that you get notified whenever we come live. Again, much love. Have a wonderful, joyful day. Bye for now.